I'm so trashed.
Why?
Like I won't. So you know how my knee is playing with me. It has been for like, I don't know, like 3 months or whatever. Where I'm like, I think I either tore the dead man's MCL or maybe it's like Tom Brokaw. And I hit it the other day when I was trying to do those leaner tails, and I was like, and there's video. You go, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, because I don't really know anymore. I feel like Rocky Balboa's face, but my whole body, like I hit things, and I'm like, I don't know if that was good. It's like, can you tell that? I'm like, no, I can't tell anymore.
Do you mean if it was good, if it was a good execution, or if it was for your knee?
You know, how bad is the injury?
Oh, yeah.
Like when you go, you okay? And I'm like, well, I did shoulder block the flat, but I don't feel bad now. But maybe in 2 days, it's going to notify me that, that was actually pretty bad. And the correct answer was, nah, it was bad.
It looked pretty bad.
But I skated in Florida. I went to this skate park down the road from the hotel, and I'm like, street course. I'm like, I don't care. And then I go to the walk further through. People know, dude, when this ends... My ego is going to be, I'm a legit skateboarder again, dude. I go to skate parks and people go, no way. And I'm like, me? How do you know me? They're like, dude, Ellis is here. And I'm like, that's easy. Because he's really kind of not, you know what I mean? But okay.
Are they calling out tricks?
No, because they know I'm old because I'm on.
I want them to be like, let's see a West Coast Cowboy.
Yeah.
Everyone sits down. Waits for it.
No, I think people are aware that I suck because they're just like they're just happy to see me.
Let's see a board slide on that ledge, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I'll do that.
I know.
I will go. But anyway, I look at this bowl and I'm like, oh, cool, a bowl. And then I'm like, oh, what's that over there? And then I walk a little further and I'm like, oh, there's like it's like your ramp, but a concrete bowl.
What
it is
city?
Gigantic. St. Petersburg.
Wow.
They got a bowl, like a man's bowl.
Did you have pads?
Yeah, I brought my pads.
Yeah.
That was a bad idea. I brought my pads because I was going to skate the Tampa ramp, and then I do comedy, and some guy tells me that they shut down the vert ramp, like the council or some shit, and I'm like, man, I brought my pads. That's why I went to the concrete skate park, because I saw a video of there's a bowl. But I get to the big bowl.
I feel like this is a prelude to a hospital visit.
I mean, it would be if
you in a lone concrete bowl.
I should, dude.
Last time that happened, we went to Pink Motel and you took a trip to the flat bottom on your back.
But I didn't go to the hospital.
You should have.
I don't go to the hospital.
No, you went straight to Bert Kreischer's podcast and took a painkiller.
Right. Well, old me would have done that in Florida, but new me was like, suck a butt, Jason. But I went there with my girlfriend who, she knows skating. So it's pretty, like, I didn't know her back then, but she like, I've been in trouble a couple of times where I'm like, I knee slide to like the flat and it's pretty cool. She's like, as in, I don't know what a knee slide is. And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, really? And then I go, oh yeah, you know what front side is and back side is. She's like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I forget. You know what I mean? I'm not used to hanging out with people that I sleep with that know front side is. It's new to me. It is.
Okay.
So I go to this bowl with my comedy friend, Joel, who's on the road with me, who skates a little bit. Like, he skates. And then my chick. And then we walk over to this thing. Then I walk over to the big thing, and they both go, you're not going to ride that, are you? And I'm like, I wasn't, but yeah. And I'm not going in anything but this first ride. Yeah. So I drop in, and I'm like, this is bad. It's big. I'm intimidated. And I slip out, carving, shoulder block, hit my knee. And I'm like, but it's this thing where I hit it, and I'm like, I don't know. I can't tell. And then I get out.
Well, especially right after, because you can get back on it even when it's...
Yeah.
Even when it's pretty jacked, you can kind of move through that...
Yeah.
That first... I don't know, the immediately after the injury, you're like, okay, I can move this for now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be jacked later.
I skated for an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm skating, and then every now and then I bend over to get my board, and when I go to stand back up, I'm like, and I'm like, that's new. Now there's like if I used to bring my heel to my butt, it would hurt. Now if I bend my knees when I go to stand up, something pinches in front, and I'm like, that's bad. And I'm like, I wonder if that was like the last. This is Dr. Jason, where I'm like, I wonder if that was the last piece of my MCL that broke off because there's like a lot of pain now, and that's just my theory.
Yeah, you're definitely qualified to.
I am
make
qualified.
That diagnosis.
How many? You read it in a book, doctor. I lived it.
I saw it on Google.
I didn't see anything on Google. I don't Google shit. But anyway, I keep skating, and then I skated the little one. The little one's fun, dude. I did Smith grinds in there, and I was like having fun in there. And I was like, I'll go ride the big one because that one kind of intimidated me. I'm like, I need to get back in there. And then when I rolled in again, I was like, oh, this thing is perfect. It's gigantic, but it's perfect. So it was like, it's like.
Was anyone else skating it?
No, dude.
Yeah, I figured.
That's the vert world is just like
yeah.
everybody's over in the street course. I also realized that I follow Chris Markovich. Markovich lives down the road. Bunch of dudes came over to me and were like, hey man, Chris, like you should like, where's Chris? I don't know where Chris is. He lives down the road. I'm like, well, tell him to come over here. But a bunch of those guys are friends with Chris. Shout out to Chris Markovich. And then another guy, kid with a mustache, not a very manly one, but still a mustache. He goes, hey, man, you're friends with my dad. And I go, oh, yeah? He's like, yeah, Derek. And I go, does Derek skate with Bucky Lassick? He goes, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I know Derek. Yeah. And then I get a DM from Derek. Go, hey, man, you just met my son. I'm like, yeah. Yep. And I'm like, how you doing? He's like, I just got a hip replacement.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
I'm like, this is us. Like, I'm limping to a Uber where I'm like, I have no intention of stopping. You know what I mean? My leg doesn't work. And I'm like, MRI. It's probably time for an MRI. And this whole thing is going through my head now where I don't know how much longer. I know I shouldn't do this, but it's hitting me lately where I'm like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to get alive or skating. I'm like, 20 years, 70. If someone told me I would skate when I was 50, I'd be like, yeah, right. But I feel like I can still skate. And I'm like, in 10 years from now, you'll be 63. And I'm like, that's probably going to be difficult to do that. And I'm like, 10 more years, you know? And I'm like, this leg doesn't work. It's dead. Something died in it today. And I'm like, go get an MRI. Like today, I washed my pads. And I was like, I'm going to come down here. And I was like, bring your pads. And I was like, I think I'm going to skate. And my girlfriend goes, you think that's a good idea? Like your leg is like really wrecked. And I was like, is it going to get any worse? Like, what does it matter anymore? Like, why not just go? I'm just going to keep going because I feel like this controls this. And I'm like, it doesn't work. And I'm like, shut up, you pussy. Like, just go.
But
and
you're saying, is it going to get any worse? Well, yeah, it could. Yes.
Yeah, it's good. Hobble. And I'm just going to go until it falls off.
But I think on the flip side of that is this a good idea? No, it's never a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Now
so
we
I'm
agree.
with you on that.
Right.
I'm with you in that respect. But is it going to get worse? Yeah, it could get worse.
Yeah, but if it gets really bad, like I can't walk, well, I'll go to hospital.
Okay.
But if I can walk, I'm just going to go. So
when I tore my PCL, we were on a tour through Europe. I came home and I had to do a demo. Like it was like a week and a half later, and it was a charity demo, and I felt very strongly about it. Was it a good idea? No, not at all. But I went and got. That was the first time I ever got PRP.
Yeah,
which was way more painful than anything I was going through with my knee at that point. But it allowed me to skate, but I couldn't bend my knee enough to knee slide.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
So one leg was always straight out.
Yeah.
And then I was either on my butt or on my side. And I ended up just getting the worst hippers the entire time, but I made it through.
That's my...
That's where you're at?
That's my skateboard.
Yeah, it's not a good... It's not a good state of being when you're going to skate.
I just don't.
Can't stop, won't stop.
That's it. I believe that I can make my body just do it. I'm like, or what? You know, or take some time off, or what? So you can heal again, then show up and break it off in 10 seconds anyway? Just break it off. Just do it. I dare you, Nee. I dare you.
Huh.
Pussy. I'm going to shred today. I don't give a fuck,
Okay.
Tony Hawk.
Okay.
I'm done with worrying about my body with all this shit. I've lifted weights. I lift a lot of weights, and because I'm 53 now, I lift a lot of weights, and I go, my arm, like something's really hurting, and I'm like, just rub some Vagisil on it, you pussy.
Oh my God, dude.
I was gonna say arnica, but
Wow.
that's my wording for it. Because somebody was like, "Have
The
you tried
views and
arnica?" And I was
opinions
like,
of
"Have you tried?"
the hosts of this podcast do not necessarily reflect the hosts.
Yeah, no,
Wait,
I don't.
what?
Tony doesn't speak for me. I speak for me. And I got no. We are not. Yeah, as soon as the camera's off, he leaves because he knows. He's a wise man. He's got better things.
Yeah, how do I distance myself? We're right here.
Sorry, but I'm just.
He leaves. Well, there's some separation.
There you go.